Hey, what's up everyone, Nathan here, and today's video I'm gonna share with you 5 tips that you should consider and have in mind when you start your online business, and not only when you start it but also while you run your online business. So if you already started, it will definitely be a good refresher and reminder for you as well. But first, before we do that, let me show you a little bit around on how it looks here where I'm recording this video today. Alright, pretty nice. This is one of my favorite places. I like to come down here to brainstorm sometimes, get some fresh air, have a walk and so on. It's pretty quiet here, so a little bit far than from the other places that I recorded some videos in the past. So I came up with the idea here actually that I wanted to record and share with you 5 tips or 5 mistakes to avoid when you start, and not only when you start actually your online business, but also while you run it. And this goes for online and offline businesses. These are based on my experiences for almost 2 decades now as entrepreneur, and of course something that I've been discussing with a few other entrepreneurs as well. So I hope that you get some value out of this video. With that being said, let's get started with number 1. Number 1 is number 1 is having a plan. Okay, so the mistake would be to not have a plan. Of course, the tip would be to have a plan. And I'm not talking about having a 30-page business plan there, detailed everything, but a 1 page will do just fine. And what you need to do is actually note few important things, like what kind of a business you're going to run. Is it going to focus on drop shipping, affiliate marketing? Are you going to include list building? Few things. If you know your target group, if you know what problem you're going to solve, if you're going to solve some kind of a problem, what you're going to focus on, some traffic sources. I'm sorry, the sun is coming out here. What kind of a traffic sources and so on. So just write down a few things, and it's good to have a look at it from time to time, because you might get lost. You will get lost, okay? So you will lose your focus from time to time, and then it's good to have a look at that business plan to see exactly what your original intention was. Now, of course, you can tweak it later on if you find that something don't work for you. I mean, it's not the first time that you will probably do some changes because it didn't work for you with one kind of a traffic source or whatever. But just 1 page, have a plan there so you know where you are going, okay? And let's say you wake up one day and say, oh, what am I going to do today on my business? Well, have a look at that plan and you will get reminded and get some creative ideas to get started your day, for example. Okay, the next thing would be focus, and I will actually make it like 2A and B here. First, focus, avoid the mistakes on focusing on things that don't matter. So the tip would be here on focus on things that matters. What matters in your business and what will make your business move forward. So these are the things that you want to focus on. Let's say, for example, the most importantly would probably be getting sales, okay? This is something that you want to focus on. This matters most. Instead of fixing, let's say, for example, you want to add a plugin and you want to tweak something in WordPress or something like that, that is not so important. That is something you can do later on, but you always need to focus on the most important things there. Okay, what matters most. So what matters most is, of course, you want to have sales, you want to drive traffic. That is what matters. So always do a list. Actually, this is better. Do a list on what matters most, so you can have a quick look at it. If you get lost, as I said, you will do it many times, you will get lost. and have a look at it. Okay, what was it that I'm going to focus on? I want to focus on traffic. Okay, so how am I going to drive traffic? Well, I do some Facebook advertising or whatever. The next would be focusing on one thing at a time. So this is 2B. Focus on one thing at a time. I fell into this trap many times in the past, okay? I was like, I want to learn anything, and it is impossible, okay? I don't know anything. If you ask me about drop shipping, I don't know. I do know how it works, but I can't give you advice on that. It's impossible for me to do drop shipping, do affiliate marketing, do this, do that. It is totally impossible, I can guarantee you, because you need to focus on one thing and master one thing, and then you can move on to the next thing. So I'm focusing on email. If you ask me about email marketing, I can guarantee you I can answer you that. Okay, I've been solo ad vendor. I built email list building for many years now. This was my #1 mistake, of course, and how I got involved in email marketing, because I didn't want to build an email list when I got started with online marketing. So but if you ask me like drop shipping, if you ask me about eBay, it's nothing that I got involved in. I know how it works, but I can't give you advice on that. So focus on one thing at a time. Master that, okay? Master on one traffic source. Master on that first. So let's say, for example, that you want to get involved in Facebook advertising. Well, master that first and then move on to the next thing. I wanted to learn everything in the beginning, so I got started one day, let's do a blog post, next day let's do a video, the third day let's do Facebook advertising, and it doesn't work like that. So focus on one thing at a time, okay? Number 3 is analysis paralysis. Now, I got stuck many times in this too, okay? So I just got reminded that 2 days ago I was going to do a research on something that actually I should spend $30 on. And I spent like 5 or 6 hours on that. Wasted totally my day, which was a huge mistake. And what happened was that I didn't actually took up on that advice or whatever I wanted to spend that $30 on. Why? Well, I got stuck into the analysis paralysis. I started to procrastinate. I couldn't decide, so I just left it. And that was a huge mistake. So think about it many times. Take a break, step away. Is it worth it? What do I have to lose? Okay, what do I have to lose? Well, I had to lose $20 or $30 to spend on that investment. What's going to happen? I mean, it's only $20 or $30. It's not $1 million or something that I'm going to invest in that. So if I would just have stopped that analysis paralysis, I would have spent $30 and then I would have moved on. And I would actually save myself 4 or 5 hours. I can do more important things. So analysis paralysis is something that you definitely need to get rid of. Think about it. Don't overthink too much. Just get started. Take action. Okay, you can always correct afterwards. So that is about analysis paralysis. Now the next thing would be actually, let me see here. Yep, I actually have taken notes here, just bullet points, and it is about learning skills. If you're going to learn something, instead of learning how to tweak an HTML code or something like that, you want to learn skills. One important skill is learn how to sell. You need to learn how to sell, okay? That's going to help you no matter in what kind of business you're going to get involved in. So if it's going to be a drop shipping, you need to learn how to sell. If it's going to be affiliate marketing, you need to learn how to pre-sell. You need to learn how to sell. Another very, very important skill is copywriting, okay? This is a huge one. Copywriting, you need to learn if you want to learn how to sell with your emails. You need to learn copywriting, so that is a skill. So you need to learn how to you need to learn skills, okay? I actually wrote copy for my audio video mastery course by myself, and also the video sales ladder. And I was like, who knows better than audio and video productions? I mean, I cranked out well over 20,000 radio commercials. I know best the audio and video productions, so it means that, of course, I know how to write that copy. So I needed to learn the skills of writing copy. I already have learned it, but you learn all the time. So I had good results with it. I had affiliates that actually got 24% conversion rate, so it means I must have done something right with that copy there for audio video mastery. Okay, so learn skills, learn copywriting, learn how to sell, because those skills are something that you can take with you whatever you're going to do. So let's say, for example, you can actually work as a freelancer, you can work as a copywriter. If you know how to sell, you can sell whatever you're going to be involved in. So learn skills. And finally, number 5 is build an email list. So you want to avoid the mistake of not building an email list, and the tip would be, of course, to build an email list. This goes well for 95% of whatever niche or kind of business you're going to be involved in, or if you're already involved in. Now, I learned this the hard way. For those of you that have been following me, you probably already heard the story about when I started out, I didn't want to build an email list. I thought I was just reading around, and the list building is dead, this and dead, and this and that, and is dead. So I thought that I was going to a funeral every single day, actually. I was totally wrong about this, and I realized it because one day when I woke up, my Facebook fan page was unpublished for some unexplainable reason. And that's when I realized that I'm not in control of this anymore. Now, I lost a couple of thousands of subscribers there. If I would have built that email list, I would have been in control of that list, because I could just send them an email and say, hey, you know what, this happened, and now we can stay connected here on my new page or whatever. And it happens to me recently again, actually, on another page. Now, I don't know why. They just thought that I didn't follow the policy and stuff like that. But it doesn't matter. What matters is that you're in control of your email list. Okay, so building an email list is definitely this should be actually #1 priority in your business. Building an email list. So get started with that as soon as possible if you haven't already done it. Alright, so those were the 5 mistakes to avoid, or should I say more like 5 tips, actually. I hope that you got some value out of this video, because those are really important tips to keep in mind all the time during your journey, of course, when you run your online business there to succeed. If you got some value out of this video, I really appreciate if you hit the like button below. You find an end screen here with 2 channel recommendations. I highly suggest you to subscribe to both, because both are internet marketing related, make money online and work from home. So make sure you subscribe to both these channels, and of course hit the notification bell as well there to be notified every time I upload a new video. And you find another make money online video recommendation as well. That's it for today. Thanks a lot for watching, and I'll see you soon.